Boom. Now it should be working. Okay. What's up? What's up, everybody? How are you guys? Another edition of Late Night Stonks. Late Night Stonks. Let me tweet this out. Let me make sure it's coming. Let's put this on video. Aurelio, what's up? What's up? Okay, let me tweet this. Let me tweet this thing. We got a lot to talk about. No more Ben Shapiro, finally. Ben Shapiro? What are you talking about? Were you watching Ben Shapiro, Owen, just now? Is that what you said, no more Ben Shapiro? Please explain. You said, miss the morning lives. Look, I miss the morning lives too. I just sleep so late right now because of the meetings I have at night. Like last night, I didn't sleep till 4 a.m. There's no way in hell I can do the morning lives when I'm sleeping this late. That is the issue with the morning lives. We're going to get back to it. But I'm at this point in my life right now where I need to take meetings very late at night because that's the nature of meetings. And as a result of that, it's just hard to wake up. But Tesla has split their stock. And that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy right now that Tesla has split their stock. I want to know what people think about this because I don't know. It's obviously bullish, but it's interesting that Tesla's going down that strategy. Now Amit getting the bag grind, brother. Yeah, bro. Just working. Got a lot of stuff to do. So yes, there's a couple things I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about this Tesla stuff. Obviously, the Google Palantir news that I wrote about today and that I made a video about. I think that's very interesting stuff to talk about. It's not like monumental changing stuff, but it's definitely bullish. Like, let's just say that. It's a bullish thing that's going on, which I think is good. And I kind of wanted to talk about that. Stonks to the moon, party bit. Stonks to the moon, I agree. My portfolio has been looking nice over the past couple of days, primarily because I also have a biotech that's running. I'm not in crypto. I know the folks that are in ETH and Bitcoin. These people are doing very well. That's not quite right. Tesla is talking about splitting their stock. Well, it's gonna happen. I mean, we know it's gonna happen. It's not like would you assume it doesn't happen? Like, who's not gonna vote for them to split their stock? I think it's pretty much guaranteed, but there still has to be a vote and all that. Yeah, I mean, the votes, it's gonna happen. So it's like that's my kind of thing. Yeah, it's interesting. This has been an interesting day for Stonks. Are you holding Palantir over 5 years? Yeah, most likely. I mean, I don't see a world in which I sell unless it's like at $200 minimum before 5 years. I mean, because it's just not worth it at that point. Like, I'm going for a real 10, 20x return. So I think it's going to take time at the end of the day. Been holding on to Tesla and Palantir all the way. I've been holding on to Palantir, not Tesla, unfortunately. I never got on the Tesla train. I did, and I messed up by getting off of it. And I need to get back on it. So I'm going to make sure I try to do that. Oh, parody bid. Sorry, it looked like party bid. Congrats on your PBD play. I'm still down on Purple Biotech, but it's up like 30%. And I knew this was gonna happen. I mean, it's gonna go like the Purple Biotech should be a $20-30 stock when it gets bought out. But I'm going for them being acquired. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but I mean, it should happen based upon the data. But yeah, I'm still down on Purple. I think my average is like 6, and right now we're at like 330. But we were down at 240, so it's much nicer being at 360 than 240. Totally unrelated to Tesla, but do you believe Palantir will eventually develop BGC products? Not really. I mean, I know Tom thinks that we're gonna do B2C, which we might, but like, I think they have to penetrate B2B first. They have to actually get into this sector, which is a very difficult sector to get into, in order for there to be any chance of there being some B2C play, which I think can happen, but it's gonna take a while for it to happen. Like, I think it's gonna take a while. And I also don't think they'd want to go after a B2C play. Like, what is now they've invested in some startups that look like B2C, like Me Prism, for example. It's not a startup. It's a startup. It's not a SPAC. It's a Foundry for Builders company. And this is a company that like lets you own your data and they like pay you for your data or something like that. But like, there's no monumental world-changing idea. Because one of the things you have to remember about consumer products, and I know this because I'm building a startup for consumers, is it's not easy to get consumers to actually care about your product. It's incredibly difficult. And you have to build something people really like. You have to build something they care about. And then I think you have to have not only something that's effective, but something that gives people a more meaningful way of like engaging with a product, right? When you're talking about content, or you're talking about an app, or you're talking about like some consumer thing that they use with like a credit card checkout consumer fintech startup. I mean, there's so many different ideas for consumer. And my thing is, if Palantir is in the data space and data analytics space, you know, do they really want to optimize to sell some? It's not going to be an advertising play, so they're going to have to sell something that people have to pay for. How do you pay for things? Either it's hardware, so you have to pay for something physical. They're not in the business of making physical stuff. Physical stuff also has horrible margins unless you're Apple. So it's like, that's not going to work. And then so there's just consumer. It's actually quite simple to understand what they would have to do. They would have to sell a subscription consumer product. Subscription consumer product has a ton of churn. Ask Spotify. Why does Spotify still in business? Because people love music and people will pay for music. But it's really difficult to get people to pay for something. So, like, if Palantir creates a consumer, it's not that hard to get businesses to pay for something because you can make real change for a business immediately. But consumer stuff it's hard. Owen says, I'm listening in the background. It's gaming time. Owen, I don't care. Okay. You can listen in the background. You can play your stupid games. I don't know why you're playing video games at 17. You should be doing much more important things. I was not playing video games at 17, by the way. I was doing real, innovative things that got me to the point where I am right now. So I would suggest doing something that matters. Parity bit, I'm selling about half my Palantir above 20, but only because I expect to buy it back on a dip. If not, then I don't agree with that. I think that's a wrong play. I think that's not a wrong play. It's just a weird play. Like, if it rises up to 20, I don't think we're coming. Because you got to remember, if it rises up to 20, the entire market's going to come up with it. We're not going to be the outlier, I think. Which means if we go back down, the entire market will go down. Remember, Palantir was not the only stock that went down when this happened. Every stock is down 70, 80%. So I don't think that happens twice easily. Like if Palantir goes down, everything goes down. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, I guess. What signs are we looking in in Palantir that will tell us we should get out? Well, if there's not revenue growth, obviously, they need to grow. If they don't grow, then there's not going to be a reason to keep investing in them. Now, granted, if you're a long-term investor and they have a couple bad quarters, that's okay, which is what's happened with Tesla many times. But you've got to see it happen long-term. So I would give it a time. I would give it time to happen. I wouldn't just say, oh, at $20 I'm going to sell. I would give it time. Or if they have a couple bad quarters, I wouldn't say you should sell. I'm also buying Upstart and beating 99% of chess players. Well, yeah, but you're also playing video games. So it's like, don't give me excuses, Owen. You got to work. Working is important. So work. Oren Balshin, what price did you buy and sell Tesla at and why did you sell? Well, I bought Tesla at 1,600, sold it at 1,390. I had some other moments where I bought it at 900, sold it at 940. I had a really rocky road with Tesla because I didn't understand the growth story. And I didn't understand investing, by the way. I just bought the stock. So I messed up on Tesla compared. I mean, I sold it because I didn't get it. I sold it because I was afraid to lose money. I thought it would keep going down. Literally, it was so stupid. And I learned my lesson on that. And as a result, I'm here not selling when something goes wrong. Ginkgo had earnings today. Yeah, let's look at Ginkgo Bioworks. DNA. This is Kathy's stock. I want to pull this up, actually. I haven't looked at it in a minute. Let's look at this bad boy. Matt Money, what's up, bro? 3,000 shares of Palantir. I'm at 2,000, so you got 1,000 more than me. You got 1,000 more. Okay. Ginkgo Bioworks. Okay, it's up today. After hours, up 5%. Okay, not bad. I mean, it's down from 15. What were their earnings? Let me go to Google. Let's go to CNBC. CNBC DNA earnings. Or let me type in Ginkgo Bioworks earnings. They beat revenue on. This is Q4 2021, right? That's what we. Oh yeah, here we go. So they beat revenue 56%. Not bad. Oh my goodness. They missed earnings per share by 2,000%. That's not good. Revenue beat, but again, no one cares about earnings per share, right? So it doesn't matter. Like everyone cares about revenue and like price to sales, but no one cares about earnings per share. Or that's what I was told. No one cares about earnings per share. On Q3, they beat revenue by 68%, but okay, so they always miss on earnings per share. But they beat on revenue. Well, look at their revenue. So 46 million, 94 million, and then 148 million. Or sorry, 77 million to 148 million. That's not bad. That's almost double. They doubled their revenue in one quarter. I just don't get what's their website, bro. I don't get what this company does. Like, why invest? Wow, they have a why invest. Here we go. A letter from our founders. Dear stockholders, biology is special. Okay, I don't even feel like reading this. Where's the answer? Ginkgo's mission is to make biology easier to engineer. We were the kids dreaming about dinosaurs and learning how to be proponent. Today we dreamed that the kids in the future learn. Okay, that's actually kind of a cool mission. I'm just like lazy. I don't feel like reading this thing. Corporate profile, Boston, building platform to enable customers to program cells as easily as we can program computers. Program cells as easily as we can program computers. That's a pretty audacious goal if you think about it. Now, the problem is, am I betting on a company where drug results are going to be big here? That's my concern. Am I betting on a company where drug results are going to be big here? Because if I am, I'm scared. Like, if I am, I'm not really excited about that. If it's not drug results, then I'm not that scared. I think I can figure some other stuff out. Which stock is this? This was DNA. Haven't heard much contract announcements. Tough considering they keep so much clientele for private. Yeah, it's probably true. Austin Finance, what's up, bro? Carlos, have 1,000 shares of Palantir, what's up? Owen says, I've been away from home since 7 a.m. this morning and just got home at 9 p.m. Don't talk to me about work, son. I'm a workhorse. First of all, why are you calling me son? Second of all, playing video games doesn't seem like work to me. So, oh, and I'm just messing with you, bro. You can enjoy your video games. Have fun. Take a break. That's fine. Palantir is a 10-year hold for me. Matt money. Price action does not matter for me in the meantime. Covered calls forever. Yeah, that's also good. Guys, if you believe in Palantir, it's like, why would you sell? Why are you... Like, I was doing this stupid shit with a bunch of other stocks, like planning when to sell and get... It's like, it's so dumb, bro. Like, if you believe in it, just hold it. like you can hedge and leverage some of your stuff that you're going... Like, to like, maximize particular moments and situations, but there should be a core position where you're like, this is it. I'm putting my money here, and I'm trusting what's going to happen. That's it. Cameron, what's up, bro? Bro, this is basically Palantir for sales. I know they say that. I need to learn more about why that's true. There will be dragons. Jurassic Park confirmed. That's their mission. I know a lot of people are bullish on DNA. I just got to learn more about it. And I don't say anything bad about them because their mission is so audacious and bold. It doesn't seem like a scam. It actually seems like something legit, but I don't know. Yeah, should I wait from the medical sector? Evan says, yeah, it's like, because I'm already in a biotech, right? So I know what it means to be in a biotech. I've been in a biotech for 2 years. I'm trying to, at least 5x on that biotech. But like Ginkgo, if they're a platform and not really a biotech, it's not like, oh, drug results means they fail, but rather this platform that is the like embodiment of all these drug results. Like that's what gets me excited. But it's hard to do, again, it's hard to do DD on a stock. Like, I've done DD on Palantir, and I'm confident with Palantir. So, I'm like, I'm good. But if you ask me to do a new stock, I have to do DD on that. Then I'm going to go all in and do DD, which is going to take time. That's it. It's going to take time. And it's hard for me to immediately feel it. I'm thinking about SoFi very deeply. SoFi is interesting. Chris, what's up, bro? How you doing? Average hold time for stock should be 2 to 3 years. Obviously, the ones that turn out to be multi-baggers, you should be longer. Yeah, I would agree. How do you guys feel about this Tesla split? What do you guys think? Good or bad? Let's see some. I gotta show you guys the CNBC coverage of this guy that says Tesla should be $200. This was interesting, bro. CNBC Tesla. Where's this dude? He's not the Wedbush analyst. He's like this guy was comparing it to Toyota. Toyota. Okay, here we gotta listen to this. Let me make sure the thing works. Okay, I need to make sure the microphone works. Hold on. Let me play this. All right, I'm going to play it, and I'm going to see if it works. I'm going to listen to my phone if it works. If it doesn't, then I'll do something else. But it should work. So let's see.
Good to see you again. On the split, what do we think the motivation is? Is it about changing the investor base? Is it about some sort of index inclusion? Something else?
So companies usually put splits in place when they're really confident that things are going to go very, very well. The last stock split was a tremendous catalyst for Tesla. If we look forward for 23, 24, 25, new models like the mini car, you have Germany ramping.
Okay, so it's working. So I just had to test that. So you guys heard a little bit of it. So now let's go to the middle. This is the part I wanted to hear.
Demand in China for those vehicles.
So Craig, with Tesla
All right, right here. All right, we got to listen up now.
trading over $1,000 a share right now, why the $250 price target? Why do you hang on to that?
$250. The guy says it should be $250. So times 5, 250 times 5 is like a $300 billion market cap because it's post-split, right? Or pre-split.
So you look at the largest automotive company globally, Toyota, right? They have about a $300 billion valuation. They sold 9 million cars last year. There is nothing that Tesla has that Toyota doesn't as far as technology. Toyota has a much closer relationship historically.
So his argument is Toyota is like Tesla has whatever Toyota has, so why, or Toyota has whatever Tesla has, so why is Tesla trading at a premium? That's what he's questioning. Again, I think this argument is really stupid. Like they just do not understand Tesla as a technology company. But it's interesting to just see how people kind of think about it.
Panasonic than Tesla. Tesla's got a $1 trillion valuation. They sold 900,000 cars. Okay, we should give them a very chunky premium for leadership in EVs, right? Really creating the EV market. But I think 300 billion is probably closer to where this thing should be.
So even though Tesla's the leader in the EV market, this guy's like, yeah, we should give them a premium for that, but they don't deserve to be $1 trillion. I think he's dead wrong on that. If you're the leader in the market with exponential demand growing like EVs, maybe if not $1 trillion, maybe at least 700-800 billion. I mean, you deserve to be up there. You don't deserve to be trading like a car company with horrible margins. I mean, like the car literally gets updates over the air. Like you get a new car every other month. Like it's and with FSD, I mean, like, yeah, he doesn't understand it yet, but it's interesting to how it works. Shout out real quick to Adam Bergen Show, super chat, $5. Yo, Mick, great job. You and Tom are my two favorite Palantir YouTubers. Keep up the great work. Also, you made an awesome website. Thank you so much. DailyPalantir.com, guys. Definitely check it out. My new publication covering Palantir every day. All right, let's get back into this.
300 billion, not $1 trillion. Because by the end of 2025, there's going to be 500 EV models on the road. There's 60 new EV models coming this year. Many of them will be successful. Tesla's just done a spectacular job, and they should be rewarded for that. But a premium valuation would be, a third of where the stock is now, or a quarter.
Yeah, I get that, and certainly in terms of absolute numbers of vehicles that are being sold and manufactured, I mean, Tesla's still a smaller player. That being said, there has been this emerging narrative that Tesla is kind of the maturing leading option when it comes to EVs specifically. You don't buy into that?
I completely buy into that. I think Tesla's a very exciting, interesting company. I just don't see them doing 20 million vehicles. I think there's going to be too much competitive pressure. And others.
So that's one big argument. He's like, look, the stock's going to drop because they can't do 20 million vehicles because they don't have the capacity like the other companies do. Now, granted, they are building out these Giga Berlins, Giga Shanghai, and like there's going to be more, right? Giga Texas. So like, I think they should be able to, but like, I mean, I guess that's the bear thesis.
That have moved fast and maybe not done the optimizing of their technology. Porsche's a great example. They should have had silicon carbide in their drivetrain. Will make those changes, and they will all be fully implemented by 2025. Tesla's valuation is really a function of the scarcity of successful companies in the sector. By the end of this year, I think we're going to start seeing a few more that are treated with fair to optimistic valuations. We've already seen a couple of those. And, that's why I'm saying I think people are much better off in the small cap names right now.
Craig, it's good to see you again.
Interesting. My guy is not buying Tesla's growth story. It's an interesting argument. Now, granted, I think he's wrong. I think, I just don't think people get Tesla. I don't know how much more content needs to come out for people to get Tesla, but I agree it's pricey. I'm not saying it's not pricey. It's definitely pricey. There's definitely competition coming up, but there's no reason to me why they shouldn't be valued like a technology company, like an Apple. I mean, they invest their capital. I think as someone said in the chat, Corey says, every dollar Tesla invests back into the business is capital much better allocated than Ford or GM and Toyota. It's 100%. And if AI and big data is the future, if you believe in that thesis, and Tesla is creating the best AI on the planet, there's a hell of a thesis for Palantir. I mean, for Tesla, also for Palantir. Chris says, a lot of the growth is baked into the price of Tesla, and that makes me nervous. It's probably the best company in the world, sleek and fast and better than everything. I agree. And I agree a lot of the growth is baked into the price, but there is the argument that there's a lot more growth. And I agree with that. I do agree with that. I just think we're going to see if it actually plays out. And I think the stock split is a really good idea because if they do a 10-to-1 split, Tesla will be at $100 right now. That looks attractive. To any investor, an investor that doesn't care about market cap, which is a lot of retail investors. If Tesla did not do the stock split, they would be the highest price in the S&P in terms of per share, because Amazon's doing the stock split and Google's doing the stock split. So Google's at 3K, that's going to go down to 145. Amazon's at 32, that's going to go down to 146 or 150 or something like that. You're going to be able to buy Google and Amazon for $150. And Apple has always kept its stock price down in the 100 to 200s, and no one cares about market cap. So it's when Tesla's a for Tesla to be, if Tesla gets to 100, then that means right now, if they do a 10-to-1 split, for Tesla to become a $2 trillion company, they would have to go to 200, right? Am I reading that wrong? Because that would be doubling the share price, which means the market cap would double. Tesla to be, because Tesla to be a $2 trillion company right now, they would have to get to $2,000, and that would be a doubling of the $1 trillion valuation. For Tesla to be a $2 trillion company, if they do a stock split, their $100 stock would become a $200 stock. For some reason, I feel like it's way easier for a $100 stock to become a $200 stock versus a $1,000 stock to become a $2,000 stock. I hope I'm not wrong on the math there. But that's pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. Alex, thank you. Love your channel. Thank you so much for being here, bro. I appreciate you. Cybertruck 2023 will be great for earnings. If we get Cybertruck in 2023, we have to be able to get that. That's important. Energy production and grid storage is simply ignored by mainstream media. I agree about that. I 100% agree about that. If they figure out energy production, that is a big thing that's getting ignored. I mean, I see Tesla taking 20 to 30% of global EVs, China taking half, and late coming startups taking the rest. It'll be enough road for legacy to preserve anything. Parity Bit says, yeah, I agree with that. Market cap equals share price times shares outstanding. Yeah, but so if as long as the share price doubles, then boom, the market cap is doubled. I don't think I'm wrong on that. Yeah, exactly. If Tesla's $1,000 at a $1 trillion valuation, for it to become $2 trillion, it has to double. I have a feeling it's gonna be $2 trillion and then more. I agree. I feel like I'm doing something wrong because I feel like it's too easy, right? But it's not that. No, that's correct. That's why we see Apple about to hit 3 trillion when they hit 180 of their stock price. But at 100, they were at less than 3 trillion. Yeah, no, they were at $100 stock. They were a $2 trillion company at $100. At 2 trillion, they will be at 200. They will be a $3 trillion company. I think. I feel like I'm doing this wrong, but I should be right. It's a late night, but I should be right. 120 people, first of all. Thank 120. There's 120 people watching this right now. That's called the beauty of YouTube, okay? And the beauty of technology. I would appreciate everyone if they like the video. It helps out. Definitely subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. It's 11 p.m. on my side of America. I was thinking about something, guys. I was thinking about something. I was walking in a part of New York City on Sunday. I went to New York City with my friends. With not my friends. I went to New York City with a friend who is investing in my startup, which, by the way, Got some news on that. That's gonna be coming out soon. But he's investing in my startup. He's putting around 10,000 in, and you know, I went to dinner with him to talk about investing in the startup, and he, you know, the dinner was to confirm the investment, but like he was always gonna invest. He didn't care about the dinner. He cared about like going out, and he invested the 10. So like we're at it. We go to dinner. By the way, $16 for a burger and fries. That wasn't worth $16. I mean, I can get a burger and fries for $5 at my local, you know, deli, and like it's much bigger. But nonetheless, it's in the city, so I understand. It's in New York. It's New York, baby. It's New York. Emmanuel, all right, I'm gonna get to my story, but Emmanuel Amit's video today was pure fire. He proved why he's the greatest. Thank you, bro. He sent me $14 in Canadian dollars, which I believe is like 10 or 11 US dollars. I appreciate you, man. You don't have to do that, Emmanuel. You know you mean the world to me. Thank you so much for being here, bro. I appreciate it. Evan, it is past my bedtime. I love you too, Amit. JD, love you. Evan, stay up because you can stay up a little bit longer because first of all, it's past my bedtime as well. Even though I've been sleeping at like 2-3 a.m. every day for the past couple weeks because things have been a little hectic, a little rough. Got a lot of meetings at night. Sometimes you just gotta stay up at night and get things done. But stay up a little bit to hear my story, and then you can go to bed. So I was saying, so I'm with my friend, right? And we go out to this dinner, and then we get back to his house. Now, we went to dinner at 7. We thought we would be back by 8. We're back by 7:30 because, like, apparently the dinner was very quick. I mean, like, they gave us our food immediately. We were like, okay, you know, so we did that. And then we're at his house, right? Now, I could drive home after the dinner. It's like a 30-minute drive, and I could end my night. That's my Friday night. Or, sorry, that's my Saturday night. But he says, why don't you go out with me? And I don't know if you guys know by now, I'm not the type of guy that goes out. I don't care about going out. I don't want to go out. I don't want to spend money at a bar going out because the prices, especially in New York, which I had to spend $100 when we did go out. I spent $100 on drinks. I'm like, well, that's $100 I'm never gonna see. Like, think about that $100. That's like 4 or 5. That's like 6-7 Palantir shares on drinks. Like, it make like stupid. Like, I just don't get it at all, right? And more importantly, I wanted to do work, right? So I went to that dinner to secure this investment. And then I was planning to leave. So when we're at dinner and when we get to his house and he's asking me about to going out, and I'm like, bro, I don't want to. Basically, I was all right. Let's talk about the investment thing first because we didn't really like finalize it, and then we'll worry about that. And then I'm like, all right, so are you in or are you out? And he's like, all right, explain it to me again. I explained it, and he's like, all right, bro, yeah, I'm in. And he's like, I just want you to know I don't care about the idea. I just think you're gonna do it, and like. You know, I don't want to see this 10,000 ever again. And knowing me, I'm the type of person that if I do lose his 10,000, I'm gonna find a way to make him whole. Just because that's, you know, he's one of my best friends. It's like I don't want to lose his money, and I think I will be successful in other parts of life monetarily if, you know, my startup doesn't work. But nonetheless, he was just like, you know, take it and go change the world and go do it. And like, he's one of my best friends from college. So I'm in a fraternity, actually Alpha Kappa Psi. You can see it right here. And he's my big's big. So if you don't know what a fraternity is, when you're in a fraternity, you get like a lineage. And my big is the guy who like adopts you into their lineage. And the person I hung out with is his big. So he's my G big, my grand big. And me and him have a very, very close relationship. We have had for the past couple of years. So I had a feeling he was going to invest, but, you know, ultimately I went to the dinner just to, like, confirm it, and then he said he was going to invest, and I'm like, all right, boom, that's done. But now after he said that, he's like, all right, so now let's go out. And I'm like, I can't say no now. Like, the guy just gave me 10 grand. Like, I can't just, like, not go out now. So I'm like, all right, whatever. And then, so his girlfriend is in this concert. His girlfriend is in this concert. And she's in this concert I love how everyone's talking about Tesla while I'm talking about my startup. I love it. You guys are just all talking about Tesla. I hope the other people who are not typing in the chat, you're actually into this story. All right. I think you guys are 115 of you. You actually like this story. But anyway, so we get to New York. Now his girlfriend is in this concert. It's a JoJo concert. It was at Terminal 5, which is like some arena in New York. I'm actually going to Google it right now. Terminal 5 NYC. You guys can see it right here. So they were at this place, right? His girlfriend. And his girlfriend's friend was there with them. See, I hate this, bro. How is this fun? How is this exciting? Standing here, like, unless it's Michael Jackson or Drake, I'm not doing this for anybody. No way, bro. You can't get me to go to a concert like that. I've been to a comedy show before, but there were seats. Like, and it was really nice. But like a concert, bro, no, like this is just not me. Anyway, so we're there. And so his girlfriend is there, and his girlfriend has a friend as well, who is another girl, you know? So I think that was kind of the reason he wanted me, because he was going to go see his girlfriend and her friend and go to the bar and all that stuff, because, like, he's a good boyfriend or whatever. But he didn't want to be alone, right? And he wanted me to come because, like, there was another friend that girlfriend had. And so I didn't want to be one guy and two girls. He wanted to be, like, two guys and two girls. Like, he didn't say this. I just assumed. I'm like, obviously, this is what he wants. But in my head, I'm like, well, I don't care about whatever girl is with his girlfriend. I literally don't care. I'm trying to go to the moon, not to the bar. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go to the moon, not to the bar. Because I think the water on the moon, stuck within those lunar ice glaciers, will be much more rewarding to mine and drink one day than paying for a $15 drink at some bar in NYC with some friend of a friend that I don't care about. But nonetheless, the guy just invested $10,000 into my startup. I mean, like, probably gotta go, you know, hang out. Like, I just felt bad. And also, you know, he was telling me, like, I don't hang out a lot, right? And he was a little annoyed about that. He's like, you can't keep working 24/7. Like, you have to make time for yourself. And I get it. I disagree. You know, when you're trying to go to the moon, 27:15, you have to work. Forget 24/7. But there are some moments where you have to take a little bit of a break and hang out. So like, so we get to the bar, and so that's what I had to do that Saturday night. Now, we get to this bar, and then boom, there's his girlfriend and her friend, and so we're there, and you know, I'm leading up. There's a couple things that happened that night, but one of the things I've said on my Twitter, if you follow me on Twitter at @AmitIsInvesting, you will know one of the things I've said historically. One of the things I've said is, if I see a girl at a bar or at a Starbucks and she's cute and I want to talk to her, the first question I will ask her is, do you know that Palantir is the modern operating system for the enterprise? That's the first question. No questions asked. That's what I'm going to ask. Damn, that sounded cool, right? That's the first question. No questions asked. That's what I'm going to ask. This is why I know I could make it as a lyricist if this startup thing and YouTube thing doesn't work out. But so like, we're talking to her. Now, granted, his girl's friend's friend, like, she's cute. I wouldn't say, like, I'm super attracted to her or anything. Like, in the first moment, you know. But the thing about me is, I don't have to be super attracted to want to flirt. Like, I think that's just the nature of my personality. And I think it also transcends, like, a romantic thing. If I meet someone, I want to be friendly with them and I want to get to know them. Now, if I'm decently attracted to them, you know, I'll engage. But even if I'm not attracted, even if they're just like a friend of a friend, like, you know, even if it's a dude, I just want to, like, get to know him. What's up, bro? How you been? Like, what's your life? What are you doing? I think I have that type of vibe when I meet new people. I guess you would say I'm naturally extroverted in that respect. So I'm talking to this girl, or the girlfriend's friend. And remember, I don't want to be there. I want to be working. But this guy just invested in my startup. So I'm like, I got to be there. I got to do this. Like, it's kind of like when you got to take clients out and wine and dine them because, like, there's clients. So I'm there. I know a lot of people just joined. We have 134 people. You can rewind it if you want. I'm talking about my story about my when I went to the bar over the past couple of days. But anyway, so I'm there, and so I ask her this question, right? Now, before I got to the question, we were doing some small talk. So we're at the bar, and I was asking her, you know, what does she do in New York City? You know, like, first of all, she lives alone in New York City. So immediately, I'm like, all right, you're loaded. Because what 26-year-old is living alone in New York City? Her rent, I got her to tell me her rent because I kind of guilted her into telling me it. I was like, how much you paying for rent? Like, I'm very blunt. I don't want to keep some things like sometimes when you get into a conversation with someone, I think you got to be able to initiate some sort of like things and just get things out there so it's not awkward, but it also helps you, like, break the ice. So the first thing I told her to do was show me her apartment in New York, and she had to go through her phone and go through her pictures to show me. And that's a good thing. If you can ever get someone, I guess, from a flirtatious perspective, to show you something about their personal life, it is good. It's breaking the ice. I actually have an idea that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that. But anyway, we're there, and so, like, she's showing me this apartment. She's showing me how, like, big the apartment is or whatever. And it's actually not that big, but she's paying $2,800 a month. So I'm like, all right, she's loaded, whatever. Now, I find out she works as a private equity, I don't even know a technical consultant or something at some New York bank or whatever. And I'm like, all right, that's boring. Like, just straight up, bro. This is how I think about things. Well, when she told me that, I'm like, cool. So you're boring. Like, that's your life, right? Like, and again, it's not to sound mean or like arrogant. It's just like the way I think about life and the way I think about romance one day is like, I want someone who's doing something exciting. It's not saying that you can't be doing a corporate job and you're not exciting. It's just that corporate job was really boring. So I'm just like, okay, so like I hope your personality is good, because like if you're doing this boring ass job, like hopefully, there's other elements to your personality. But then I'm also thinking, well, you bought a $2,800 apartment in New York City. Like, so there's obviously some level of like, prestige or like you don't do that if you're not trying to like flex. And I don't say flex in a negative way, but I kind of say flex in a negative way. Because to me, I'm like, why the hell would I spend $2,800 on an apartment in New York City? I don't care if I'm making $200,000 a year. Like, I feel like there's a better use of that capital. And like, there's this idea of someone just wanting to be in that position and saying they made it and kind of like doing it in that way. Now, maybe if I had that money, I would be doing it as well. Maybe I'm speaking from someone that doesn't have experience, but that's kind of how I felt. So I'm hoping that she has a good personality, right? I'm hoping that we get to talk, we get to do all this stuff. And it's like, it's kind of her personality's not that amazing. But then finally we get to start talking, and I don't know how I get to bring it up. I think we start talking about Twitter, and I was like, I'm kind of a big deal. I have 4,000 followers on Twitter. By the way, that night I had 4,000 followers. And it's better to say 4,000 followers than 3,900. I probably would have said 4,000 even if it was 3,995, because like, why would you not say 4,000 at that point? Just round up. But it was kind of cool because it was kind of funny, and it's like you kind of just, again, you keep breaking the ice and stuff. And I told her I have a startup, and I told her I have a YouTube channel, all that stuff. And that's another thing I want to talk about, how girls react to when you say that's what you do, because most of the times they think you're a loser, and we're going to talk about that. But I'm talking to them, they're talking to her, and then I'm like, I tweeted this thing one day that if I ever meet a girl at a bar, I will first ask her if she knows if Palantir is the modern operating enterprise for the world. And so I'm like, do you know that? And her response was like, oh, Palantir? That controversial, weird Peter Thiel company? And I was just like, wrap it up. Where's the bill? Tab, close the tab. Here we go. It's time to go. That's how I felt. No, I'm just kidding. But like, she didn't get Palantir. So I stayed true to my word. I will not engage with anyone who does not understand the thesis that Palantir is going to be the modern enterprise, the modern operating system for the enterprise. Now, if I find an individual who I'm romantically attracted to that does believe in that understands that, I think we can get married. But I haven't found that person yet. I have not found that person yet. That person has not shown up in my life. Now, granted, it's also easy for me to say that because some people, I put this on Twitter, and this tweet actually did kind of well. We're going to check out this tweet. I think it got like 100 likes. This was a good tweet. And people were like, wow, you're such a bad person. You're picking a company over a girl. And I'm like, first of all, this is a joke. Obviously, if I really liked a girl, I would not if she doesn't know Palantir, I wouldn't obviously I hope everyone knows I'm joking. Like it's funny. I'm acting serious to act like I'm joking. But the other thing is people were like, wow, why are you picking a girl over Palantir over a girl? And I'm like, it's not that. I'm picking, my grind over anybody. And my work ethic over anybody. And I believe that if you are emotionally attached to another person, it's very difficult to like grind. So this was the tweet. Remember how I said if I met a girl at the bar and she didn't know Palantir was the OS for the enterprise, it would be over? Met a girl last night, friend of a friend, asked her that exact question. She said, oh yeah, that weird Peter Thiel company. We did not exchange numbers. You know the crazy thing at the end of this night, bro? You know the crazy thing? First of all, let me see the chat. Okay, cool. I'll get into the chat, man. The crazy thing about this night was at the end of the night, we were leaving. She was like, so I asked her a bunch of questions, right? Because that's kind of my strategy. Like, that's my secret with girls. I just ask them a bunch of questions, and I break the ice, and I try to have fun with questions. And like, I ask, when was your first kiss, right? Like these are fun questions. You got to ask, and like, just have fun with that. And at the end of the night, when she was leaving, she was hopping into her Uber. She was like, all right, if you have any more questions, you can text me. And I was like, well, I don't have your number. And then it was this really awkward moment where I think she was thinking like, all right, so are you going to ask me for my number? And I didn't ask for her number because, to be honest, I didn't want her number. Like, that's not even to sound mean. I just I'm not going to text you. Like, because, again, I'm trying to go to the moon. Like, it's hard to go to the moon when you got some baggage on you. That's just the reality of this. And it was just really awkward. Now, her friend, which is, again, my friend's girlfriend, she plugged in and she was like, good, let's keep it that way. And I think she said that to just like kind of be funny, but she fixed the awkwardness, because as soon as she said that, we were able to go our separate ways, right? Because it was kind of like there was this awkward silence, and then she was like, good, let's keep it that way. And I think she was just trying to be funny, and then we kind of like moved on. But it was kind of funny at the end of the night, because why would a girl say, well, if you have any more questions, you can text me? Like, who says that? If you weren't interested in anyone, you would just leave. You'd just be, all right, it was great meeting you, blah, blah, blah. But she specifically said, if you have any more questions, this is why Alex Karp in his interview, he was like, there is no reason Palantir can't be 20 times bigger. Why can't Palantir be 20 times bigger? You don't just use those words just like that, right? So when she said that, I was like, oh, she wanted to exchange numbers. I mean, I don't think that's wrong to assume, but that didn't happen. So anyway, in the chat, people were just like, it seems to me, according to the rules of engagement, you've quite clearly established you have no choice but to graciously ask this person out. I don't even get that. That doesn't make sense. But anyway, there was a bunch of people saying, look, you're missing the boat on boat. This was a good one. Her point of view, met some guy last night. He preferred Peter Thiel over women. We did not exchange numbers. Hey, she could feel like that. Now, obviously, if I'm really into her and she felt like that, I would feel bad. But when I'm not into you, you could feel like whatever you want. Call her back because no girl I've ever known knows who Peter Thiel. That's low-key. That's the tweet, bro. Call her back because I didn't even like this. I didn't even see this one. Call her back because no girl I've ever known who Peter Thiel is. She's the one. That's a good point. That's a good point. Has any girl read 0 to 1? That's the question. That's the question. You guys are talking about the Will Smith slap. Okay, we could talk about that. You didn't Will Smith her? No, obviously I didn't Will Smith her. That's, first of all, that's assault. I do not think that slap was fake. We can talk about that. Guys, first of all, the Academy's launching an investigation. Second of all, I understand the conspiracy logic for why you would think it's fake, because the Oscars are irrelevant. But when he said, keep my name out of your effing mouth twice, that's not fake. And third of all, he issued an apology today. Literally, he issued an apology to Chris Rock. So, like, I don't think you issue an apology to something that's, I don't know. I think it's a little bit of a reach. But nonetheless, this was a funny night, right? Because that's how my Saturday night went. And it was just really funny in that experience. Now, I want to get back to this other point. If you meet a girl or someone, you could be a girl watching this right now and you meet a guy, and you tell them you're doing something creative, and that person is doing something not creative, which is like tech consulting or whatever, private equity, blah, 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 blah. Again, that's boring, bro. It's just like, okay, it's cool. And that doesn't mean you're a bad person. Doesn't mean you're wrong or anything like that. It's just, for me, in the time of my life I am right now, that thing to me is like boring. It could pay really well. It could do whatever. It's just like, I'm trying to, like, I just think of stuff, and you could say doing a startup is boring, right? Like, it goes both ways. It's not to say one is bad or the other. But the point is, if you're doing something that's more corporate versus something that's more creative, whether it's girl or guy or girl, if you meet someone new, whether it's through Tinder or Bumble or some dating app, whatever, and you're having that conversation, that person will look down on you. Let that be very clear. That person will look down. And that person will not be like, oh, you're an influencer? Oh, you've got 11,000 subscribers on YouTube? That's so good. No, that person's going to be like, you're broke. That person's going to be like, you don't have your shit together. That person's going to be like, you weren't like smart enough to get a job. You didn't like hustle for internships or whatever. Granted, they don't know I'm probably clearing more a month in revenue in my business than they are in their corporate job, and I'm not paying Uncle Sam the same type of taxes because I have a business, which means I can write off legitimate expenses. And you know what I'm saying? There's a little bit of a difference, but they don't get that on first initial listen. They have to listen. They get this whole like, oh, he's trying to be this influencer or creative person, right? Because even describing my startup, bro, it's so hard to like a new person, because as soon as you say it, like they're I can say it, I can explain it very easily. It's not a problem with explaining it. It's just a question of like, is that person going to really understand why you're doing it? And no one understands why you're doing a startup. I mean, many times you don't even know why you're doing a startup. I know why I'm doing a startup, but there were days where I'm like, why am I doing this, right? Because things get rough. But like, so the other person's never going to really understand. And then when you try to explain it to them, they're going to be like, oh, okay, that's like kind of cool. And they're going to assume 99% you're going to fail, right? That's the assumption. And then you don't have a job, and they have this nice fancy New York City apartment. So like, already everything is so uneven when you're doing something creative and you're talking to someone who's doing something corporate. And I think immediately, right, when you're in your early 20s or early 30s, you're thinking about safety and income. Because I think most people are thinking like, could I be a suitor with this person? Could I like actually, be a partner with them? Not even long term, but just like boyfriend, girlfriend stuff. And if they don't feel that immediately, I think that it's a little bit of a turnoff. And I kind of felt like she was feeling like that. Maybe I'm wrong, though. The Adam Bergen Show. You don't agree. What don't you... All right, I got to go through the comments. I haven't gone through the comments. What do you not agree with? Dude, she knows more about Palantir than most people I know admit. I think it's your way of saying you want to be single for a while. Yeah, I mean, I'm not... Like, that's obvious. I've said I want to be single for a while. I'm only at 9,500 on YouTube. I'm a bit... Wait, Matt Money, you're on YouTube, bro? I didn't know you were on YouTube. Hold on. Let's go to Matt Money's channel. Why didn't I know... Oh, hold on. First of all, let's give a shout out to Matt Money.
What's going on? So we're gonna...
I'm going to subscribe to you right now, bro. Happy you are here. Thank you for supporting the channel. I knew you were on Twitter. I didn't know you were on YouTube. Love it, bro. My largest stock holding in 2022, Google. Okay, Google. I feel you. Grant Cardone. Is it a scam? Here we go. Also, Matt Money, you said you use Palantir at work every day. So this guy's been doing some stuff. I think that's why has 3,000 shares of Palantir. And this is his Twitter. Yeah, everyone definitely follow him now. I'm going to follow you right now, Matt. Investor petroleum engineer. Using Palantir in Houston, Texas with petroleum engineering. Interesting. Everyone subscribe to Matt, or at least check him out. You don't have to subscribe yet. Check out some of his content if you like it. Then give it a subscribe. Okay. Let me look at the rest of these comments. Crossroads says that was her saying your move. Range Rover, I love my women brainless. No women can be smarter than me. Yeah, I don't want to... Okay, so I don't agree with that. I want someone to be smart, obviously. That's important. I do both 9 to 5 and YouTube. I'm still broke. Maddie, broke boy capital. First of all, Matt, if you have 3,000 shares of Palantir, you are not broke. Now, granted, you might have bought them at 25, and then you probably are broke, but it'll come back. So it's not that crazy. To their defense, how many people say I'm an influencer for a career and all they do is post a pic to 500 followers on his... Yeah, I agree. Those people, like, obviously, they shouldn't be saying they're an influencer. But I mean, if you're actually doing it to do it, my point is it's not a question of the metrics or the money you're making. It's a question of if you say it to someone, like, people look down on you. And I'm not saying I want to be correct on this. I'm not saying it's bad for someone to look down on you, because you're right. A lot of people look down on people that say they're influencers when in reality they're not really, like, building or influencing anything. But it is the reality that you will be looked down upon. I think that's a true point. Matt, I'm a sub just because of those 3K Palantir shares. Let's go. Tell a good joke, Amit. Chris Rock woke up this morning with the Fresh Prince. Well, I think the joke for them was the Fresh Prince got sent back to his home with his auntie and uncle because he got into a fight. And if you know the theme song, then you should know why that's a great joke. But I think it's been overused today. So what else do we got? I felt like a rich millionaire, but then stocks crashed and I feel like a broke one. Yeah, that's bro. I think I've told you guys I have 64,000 in the market and I have 40,000 right now. So I'm down 24 grand. So that money is just, I'm never touching for a long time. So like theoretically, I have 40,000 of my 64,000 back. It was 32 like a week ago. So it's, it's just the nature of it. Matt Market Scraper says, wow, can't believe I wasn't already subscribed to Matt. Yeah, I didn't even know Matt had a YouTube channel. I didn't get it. But anyway, guys, that was my night. Owen said, all right, boys, I'm out of here. It's been a good stream. It was Owen's a baby, so he had to leave, unfortunately. But I hope you enjoyed, Owen, while you were here. 106 people here. Can we please get everyone to like? We got 44 likes on this. Would appreciate it if you guys liked. But yeah, that was my Saturday night. So that's kind of what happened. And it was an interesting night. It was a fun night. We had halal guys at like 2 a.m. How many of you have had halal guys before? Phenomenal food. It was great. It was in New York City. Halal guys. It was really, really great food. When are we going to make an episode with the alpacas? I don't even know what that means. Alex Chiffon, the company I work for dropped our bonus, wanted to take by 1,750 shares to 3,000 this week. Damn, man, that sucks. My consulting clients, they reduced my hourly rate as well because of, the economy and stuff. So it's rough sometimes. But man, 1,750 shares, that's not bad. You got to I think you'll have plenty of time to get to 3,000. Just got to keep going. It takes time to get there. Amit, how are you, brother? Force Hobbies. I'm doing good, man. Just working, just grinding. I think, I'm at a moment in my life where I've been working really hard the past year to get, I just got to keep working, bro. Like, that's it. Just the work, The work. I don't even want to sound like this hustle porn guy. I'm just like, my point is the work. Like, just the ability to keep going, just working, like trying stuff, experimenting, keep doing it. Like, it's so important to just keep going at it. And every day I just keep trying to go at it. That's it. Just keep trying to go at it. That's it. You got to start investing in SoFi. Nate Endicott. Man, I was just talking to two people. Like, before I got on this live stream, I was talking to two folks who are going in on SoFi, and they're not heavy, but they're doing a video about SoFi. Actually, I should shout them out because I shout them out all the time. Why not? Actually, I want to react to these guys. Okay, we're gonna everyone. First of all, everyone, do me a favor. I know I said subscribe to Matt, and I love Matt, but these guys I'm very close with. Freelancer Finance. If all 100 of you could subscribe to their channel right now and comment on their latest video, yo guys, can we actually do this? Because this is gonna be fun. You can unsubscribe later. I don't care. I think this is gonna be really fun. Really, go on their thing right now and type in Amit is legit right there. Comment that right now. Let's please do that. Can we do that? All 106 of you. That would be. Oh, I'm not even sharing my screen. That's so stupid. Okay, this is the channel. I'm gonna put it in the chat right now. Where's my live stream? Let's do this right. This is gonna be fun because these guys. I'm gonna tell you why. I love these guys. So here's the channel. I put it in the chat. Type in Freelancer Finance on YouTube. Freelancer Finance. Do me this solid because it's gonna be fun, guys. It's gonna be fun. Trust me, it's gonna be fun. Okay, we're gonna react to the video. You guys are gonna like these guys. These guys, I think, have the most underrated channel on YouTube, and I've said this multiple times on my channel. So I'm not like saying it just to say it. Everyone comment Amit is legit on their latest video, just because it would annoy them, because we have a good banter going back and forth, and I would love for them to have their YouTube channel crowded by people saying Amit is legit. And you should also subscribe to them because their content is actually really good. Okay, so I'm gonna refresh it. Let's see what comments we can get, and then we're gonna react to some of their videos because their videos are actually really. I like their videos a lot. Amit is legit, dude. Daddy Amit told me to comment. Amit is legit. Amit is legit. Yo, come on, let's. I just came up with Amit is legit. I was like, okay, that sounds dope. Keep doing it, guys. We got 108 of you live. Like, let's actually spam the crap out of their stuff, and I'll tell you why. All right, so while you guys are commenting, these guys are two guys. So this guy right here, Carl. Let me go to another video. But again, Meet Kevin versus Chicken Genius feud is over. That's the video. Comment Amit is legit on that. Comment Amit is legit. These guys, they're really interesting guys, okay? Because this guy right here, this guy Vitali, he's on the left. He is like a real estate mogul that no one knows about, okay? No one knows this guy. He's not good at YouTube, okay? They're not great at YouTube. They don't know click-through rate. They don't know clickbait in a meaningful way. They don't know thumbnails, impressions. They don't know length of duration of videos. Like, they have a lot of issues with YouTube, and I've been trying to help them out with that. But the content is actually A1. Like, the content is actually good because they have a good banter going between them. This guy was a software engineer from 22 to 24. Then he quit because he wanted to be a movie director. And then he went on to go make movies, and he started flipping real estate houses. And one day he should make a lot of content around real estate because I think he probably knows more about real estate than anyone on YouTube, including Grant Cardone. Like, and being very legit about this. Like, he knows his shit when it comes to real estate. So he's loaded, but he doesn't know YouTube. So like, people don't respect him as much as they respect like Meet Kevin or something. But this guy's smart. And then this guy, his name is Carlos. He's in LA. I think he does like film stuff. And he just had a baby, and he married this. I'm gonna just say it. He married this smoking hot girl like 3 years ago. And he's also a really, really smart guy, and he's more of the creative guy. He understands business high level. These guys are early investors in Tesla and Ethereum, so they're doing very well. And he understands creativity and marketing and productions and all this stuff. So these guys are legit. I really like these guys. I think they are one of the most underrated channels on YouTube, and that's why I want you to comment Amit is legit. But we're gonna react to their stuff. All right, let's see how this video is doing. Amit is legit. Too legit to quit. Amit is legit. Amit is legit. Amit is legit. Let's get this. That's amazing. Yo, all right, that's a lot. If we get more people that do it, I would love it. But the fact that you guys did it, that was awesome. Guys, I don't take that lightly. I'm not even trying to ask you to do that to like like toot my own horn because I know I said admit is legit. It's because me and these guys have banter, and it would be hilarious for them to wake up. They're recording a video right now on SoFi. That's so when the person in the chat mentioned SoFi, I thought of them because I literally just got done talking to these guys about SoFi, and they're recording their video. And then I was like, wait a second, how funny would it be for them to wake up tomorrow and get all this engagement on their content? Because they don't get a lot of engagement because, again, they're not good at YouTube yet. But it would all be because people saying admit is legit. That would just be great. That would just be great. Like, they're not even going to know I'm live streaming. I hope to God they're not watching this because it would catch them by surprise. So they better not be watching this. But anyway, let's react to some of their stuff. Now, the other thing is this guy, Carlos, he's so into film and video editing, he takes forever to edit videos. So this Everything Money reaction, they made this like 3 weeks ago and they just uploaded it because it takes them so long to upload stuff. And I did their podcast a while back. Here's a funny part. Let me show you a funny part of their podcast with me. What was the funny part of their podcast? Okay, this part. Let's go to this. Let's listen to some of this. This is the funny part, okay? Here we go.
Of this like stuck out to you?
Command F the word. He asked what part of this shareholder letter stood out to you.
Of this like stuck out to you?
Command F the word radical.
He's like Command F. Radical one right here.
The reason that was hilarious to me is because this was right after Carp had dropped the F-bombs. so I knew the share letter so well that I was like, oh, I know exactly what Command F radical, that was my favorite part. And he was like, Command F, the F word, because obviously Carp cursed, so it'd been so funny if they said the F word there. Decision to act on something, even an approximate principle or actual belief, is a radical one in the corporate world, given the current tendency in public life to eliminate any possibility of provocation and consequently any opportunity for genuine discourse or original thought. So again, bro, I'll be talking fast, yo. Let me see what else is here. I want to show you some of their other stuff, but let me see some of the stuff from our stuff. And guys, yeah, I would definitely subscribe to these guys. Give them a chance. If you don't like their stuff, then just unsubscribe. But like, I really do think their stuff is getting way better. Like, their content's getting just so much better. I like it. Let's listen to what they're talking about Meet Kevin versus Chicken Genius food. Let's hear their perspective. This is relevant, right? I haven't even talked about the Chicken Genius stuff at all publicly, to be honest. So let's talk a little bit. First of all, leave your comments in the chat. Who was right? Meet Kevin or Chicken Genius? I need to know the answer to that. Who was right? Was Meet Kevin? Oh, by the way, Meet Kevin deleted his video. The video he made on Chicken Genius, he deleted it. So I think he got some backlash on it, but it was a rough video. And that's ultimately what happened. So let's watch a little bit of this. I think it's definitely relevant and it's important. It's a good reaction. Now my camera may die. If it does, don't worry. I'm gonna switch. Okay. I'm gonna switch to my webcam. But the video will keep going.
Okay, did you hear what he said there? He basically admitted to being a financial advisor. He didn't say he is a financial advisor, but he helps his members do these things. Our previous discussion leads right into this, that he's admitted this.
What he's saying is, I'm selling information to help you do X, Y, and Z at the fraction of the cost of a financial advisor.
With finance, there is actual rules and regulations, and you have to be certified to be a financial advisor.
I'm trying to think of an equivalent. Okay, I am not a certified teacher, but if I did a course on editing, I could give a lot of value to people. That would be a fraction of the cost of going to SVA. Right.
I'm just saying he's on the border of like. He's about to put his foot over, or has put his foot over that line.
So they're talking about when Chicken Genius was criticizing Kevin for selling courses. One of the guys was like, well, it's just like America. You can make your money, whatever. Hold on, let me fix the camera. The other guy was like, yeah, but like it's also, there's a reason why there's laws around this stuff, right? Around financial disclosures and stuff. Granted, I think you could sell courses. It doesn't matter that much. But that was kind of the point. All right, there I am, right there. Let's get back into it.
This is the danger. Okay, I know where you're going with this, and this is the danger with this. We're talking about chicken, and now we're debating how Kevin makes his money. I think it's not relevant to the conversation. He has information that he's learned from a lived experience over several years. This is literally all he's done his whole life. That course is a culmination of what he's learned. He has the right to sell that.
I run an education business, and if selling education is so bad, then we should probably cancel Harvard, Yale, UCLA, and every college or school that exists.
That's a bit of a stretch.
Doctors should just Google information for free.
Oh yeah, that's how it works.
But this is neither here nor there. Chicken Genius is quitting for 2 reasons. Number 1, he got backlash on YouTube. He directly called me out in videos by name and put my name in titles of videos and in thumbnails. He put my face, which I'd never done to him. I've referred to him based on his content, but never by name. Because quite frankly, I might refer to something somebody says, but I don't need to bring up their name. Why? Because their name doesn't matter. Financial perspective rises above hate. Name calling is not necessary, and that's why I did not do so, especially with Chicken Genius. Perspective rises above hate.
Can we just stop for a second how awesome it is that his name is Chicken Genius and people like, they just say it like it's nothing.
We call him Chicken. One day in the future, they will look back on the archives of the internet history and they will think we're all idiots.
It must be confusing the algorithms.
This is responding to me.
By the way, guys, I just got a WhatsApp from these fucking, they got from these two. They they were like, well played. I was like, fuck, I wanted you guys to see this in the morning. Damn.
Kevin calling me a lot.
So yeah, what do you guys think? We're gonna keep going with this because I think this is relevant right now, and I'll give my thoughts on this because I haven't had a chance to. But what do you think about this? So people in the comments are saying, Chicken Genius is right. Ken is right. Kevin is a snake oil salesman. Kevin has been on the defensive lately. I wonder if people can practice law or medicine after taking Kevin's sweet ass course. Okay, let's keep watching this. People are saying Kevin's head has become big. All right, let's watch this.
I feel I'm wasting your time and my time doing this video. But I need to do a response video to meet Kevin, whom I always had his back, supported him for governor, supported him when the whole world turned on him and hated him. I went to the extent to ask him out for coffee after that shit video, since I'm in LA for a week, but there was no response. So since he wants to draw a line, fine. He talks about employment data, which is a lie. And it's a response to my video. Of course, I agree with his points, and he is absolutely right, and that's why his portfolio returns underperforms mine. My videos, I give you a simple summary, a short to the point video because...
That's true. Chicken Genius does a simple summary, bro. He's like, boom, here's what you need. He's not optimizing for ad revenue. Like for me, I want my video to be 10 minutes because I can make some more money because like it's nice, right? And I want to put value in there, and I try to put a lot of value in there. But Chicken Genius, he doesn't care about that stuff. And that's kind of why I think his argument is like, I'm the most authentic YouTuber in this space. Let me change the camera position real quick. Let me put it up here just so you guys could see their faces. Okay. Boom, right here. All right.
Because what people need is a direction. I only go into detail when I have to.
First of all, he didn't even buy. He used the stock photo with the watermark. That tells you this guy.
Oh, I gotta go to that photo now.
That is so awesome. There, look at that. I love it.
I mean,
knows how to save money,
isn't that great? Right? You take 200,000 to 6 million, and you want to save a couple of bucks.
$5 to pound 5.
What do you think about? Because you could already tell. The chicken is sort of attacking me, Kevin, pretty hard here, I would say. I would say he's not correct in this video, but go ahead.
You're not going to believe what I say. This is where I agree with Chicken.
Oh my God!
I'll tell you why. Although I don't think...
I love how they're calling him Chicken. They talked about this before, that they're just... we just call him Chicken to because we're not calling him Ken, we're just calling him Chicken. Let me look at the chat real quick. Kevin's courses are actually pretty good. I have watched them all, and it's really practical information that's pretty useful. Honestly, I would not have been able to come up with my first mortgage without him. Okay, interesting.
Kevin is at fault for anything we said prior. As a person, he was being kind of dismissive to like another YouTuber. And this is where I would have wanted to seen a little bit more just YouTube camaraderie. Like you're on the grind every day. Another point that I'll agree with Chicken, and I don't even know if he was making this point. He says, I make short to the point videos and I only go into detail when I need to because people just want the information and they want to go. Now, Kevin, on the other hand, makes 10 videos a day where because he's monetizing them.
The problem is then he goes into that whole just like Warren did, and everybody who eventually they hit low. Eventually they go for something that is not necessary. He could have been totally ignoring Meet Kevin. He has 200,000 plus subscribers. Whatever. Meet Kevin says something. Who cares? I know Kevin wore this stupid outfit. I get it, but he's making him a clown, and he's making him worse, like on his channel, like on purpose. And he has great information. I keep going back to that. He doesn't have to attack Kevin anyway. He doesn't even have to talk about him. And in this case, he instigated.
Interesting. So Vitali's point is like, this beef, like Chicken Genius is not justified to feel bad because he kind of instigated the beef. And here, I mean, like, I kind of agree, I kind of disagree. My whole point, I had a tweet up today. I got to show you guys this tweet real quick before we get back into this video. Let me show you this tweet. I think this tweet sums up all my thoughts on this Chicken Genius stuff. Okay? Here's my tweet. Let me move my thing back here. Okay? Here's my tweet. The whole Chicken Genius Meet Kevin drama really makes me wonder why finance YouTubers have beef with each other. Literally, we all depend on each other for collabs, video ideas, people finding our channels because of being recommended against the other channels. Let me expand on this real quick before we continue back to the video. I was having a meeting with Dave Lee, okay? Yes, I'm going to flex a little bit. I was having a private meeting with Dave Lee. We were talking about something. By the way, Joseph Carlson is going to be on the channel next Monday. Super excited to have him on there. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. I'm going to really try to question his Netflix thesis because I don't get it. But we're going to be talking about stuff. If you guys have any questions, leave that in the comments or just DM me on Twitter or at me on Twitter on questions you want me to ask him. Okay? And when I was talking to Dave Lee, he brought up a really good point. His argument was the reason channels like me can get an audience is not because of me. It's not even because of YouTube's algorithm. It's because Dave Lee has 200,000 people that care about his videos. Now think about this for a second. If I was making Tesla videos, or let's use Tom Nash's again. Tom Nash is doing Palantir videos, right? 300,000 subscribers. And you start doing Palantir videos, like me, in November. Who do you think YouTube is going to recommend your content in front of? Tom Nash. So when Tom Nash puts up a new video, in the up next section, they're going to put a Mitts video because it's tangentially related to the topic that Tom's talking about, which is Palantir. This is why all these people are using like Meet Kevin's face and all this stuff because they know they can get clicks. Now, what does that mean? What that means is you need the big guys on the platform to be successful for the little guys to even have a shot. You need the Tom Nashes, the Dave Lees, the Meet Kevins, the Jeremy Financial Educations, the Graham. You need those guys because they're controlling the majority of attention on YouTube in the finance space, whether you like it or not. So if that's the case, the only way think about a recommendation engine. A recommendation engine is only good if it recommends content in a meaningful way. So my content around Palantir, where is YouTube going to put that in front of? They're not going to put it in front of cooking videos or baking videos or like fashion try-on videos. Why? Because no one's going to care about the Palantir video underneath or on the up next of the fashion video. Why? Because no one cares about Palantir if they're looking for fashion. It's a totally different demographic of an audience. And YouTube is not relevant. Netflix is not relevant. None of these platforms are relevant if they're not recommending and giving impressions, which is an impression is like putting your video in front of a screen display for at least 50% of the screen. That's how YouTube defines it. If they're not taking advantage of that real estate, that video of me in front of a fashion girl makes no sense, but another fashion girl being there means another fashion creator gets to get discovered by someone else who's interested in fashion. So the point Dave Lee was bringing up to me was like, the only reason I can get 11,000 subscribers, the only reason Freelance Finance can get 3,000 subscribers, and they will get many more later, is if they're able to get their content to be in front of or recommended against the content that people already care about, which is the Tom Nashes, the Meet Kevins of the world. And that's my point on Twitter. This is why I pointed the thread. I'm like, we should all be able to exist and freely exchange ideas without it feeling like some insane competition for views. If there was one YouTube finance person, no one would watch YouTube finance. That is my argument. That is my thesis. And it's not a controversial thesis. Why would anyone watch YouTube finance if there's not a thriving community of people caring about YouTube finance? Right? Like the reason people, why do we care about vloggers? A vlog is pretty boring at the end of the day. Like, you're just, hey guys, I'm at the grocery store. But it's really exciting. Why? Because Casey Neistat, if you guys know some YouTube history, made vlogging really popular. And then a bunch of other people started emulating them, getting their own styles. And then it was this network effect of vlogs on YouTube that made it interesting. Jeremy Financial Education was one of the first finance education people, and then, you got more and more. But YouTube finance is a relatively small niche compared to all the other forms of entertainment that exist. Think about it. You guys, including myself, every day we get on YouTube and we watch people talk in front of a camera like this. That is boring content. That's not exciting content. The reason you actually watch someone talk in front of a camera is because you care about what they have to say. So I made a video today about Palantir and Google. You probably really care about what I had to say, which is why you were willing to watch a random dude talk in front of his camera. It was more exciting to you than something on Netflix at the time. That only happens if there's a thriving finance community on YouTube. And the beef within the finance community of people competing for views and attention and who's right about the stock market or who's right about selling, or it's all nonsense at the end of the day. Because the only way for all of us to thrive is for all of us to have collective audiences that find each other from other videos. Again, I don't get recommended for Palantir content if Palantir content isn't thriving on YouTube. Same thing with these guys on Tesla and all these other stocks. So my point is, and this, I get into this. I said this is why Tom Nash is someone who I will always respect. He gave me an interview when I had no subs. The whole upside of that interview was for me. I remember I posted it. That first day got like 1,000 views, and that was big for me, man. I never got 1,000 views in a day. That was huge, and it took Tom 30 minutes of his life, but it meant the world to me. And that gave me a lesson to never reject an interview from someone just starting. And recently, I did an interview the other day with some guy, I think his name is like Trade the Trader. And, it was a 50-minute interview. I had no upside in that interview at all. But I gave him the interview because, like, why am I on some mighty throne now that I can't give an interview to someone when Tom Nash was giving an interview to me? So my argument is that it should all be rooted in love. Like this YouTube finance beef, it's so sad because we're competing for views and all this stuff. It's like, yes, views are important. Yes, like you want to have attention, you want to have influence, but none of this matters if Chicken Genie Singapore leaves YouTube, that's good for nobody. None of us benefit off that. Because if he's there and he's putting out more videos, you have a chance to get your videos recommended against other people's videos. Like it's just logical to me, and it's kind of sad to see how it's happening. But anyway, that was my rant. Let's get back into this video.
What followed everything after that. So Chicken here is instigating the next month of his life of everybody starting to attack him because he also went on the attack.
I make it look simple for a very simple reason. Again, most people just need a direction, that's all. This will be the one and last video I do to explain myself. I'm not into YouTube politics. I do not like politics. I do such video. It's like a freaking waste of my time and frankly stupid.
Well, like he's doing the video. If he didn't attack him in the beginning and just left it as the value portion, yeah, I'd have no problem with it. But I feel like if you attack somebody and then you have others attack you, like you sort of asked for it.
Snoop Dogg had a great post on his Instagram once where he just said something like, people try to skip the part where they do the hard work.
That is a great line.
But you understand, both of these guys have much more assumed knowledge than like we do. There's so much stuff that goes into what they're saying, and they sort of assume that you know it, and we don't. But when they have these arguments with each other, that's when that information comes out. I learned something from that.
So, regarding his closing message, I don't make money off my audience selling them courses. I do not need YouTube to make me millions. I share my trades, I donate my ad money to charity, and if you lose money, I will lose more because I do what I say and I show you transparently. Fame, money. My videos are 2 minutes twice a week. I don't sell and accept sponsors for a 200k YouTuber.
That's true, bro. I get these DMs every day of these stupid brands. I don't want to say they're stupid, but like they're trying to and I'm not doing a brand promotion to my audience. Like, I'm not gonna sell out for you guys to see some stupid like NFT project. Like, so like the amount of DMs that this guy or emails that this guy gets for 200,000 subscribers. Like, you're a legit media company when you have 100,000 subscribers. Even 50,000, you are a legit. Even 10,000, you're a legit media company. Now, you're not going to be getting crazy brand deals, but you get to 100,000 subs, and this guy's almost at 300,000. You are a legitimate media company. It is so difficult to get people's attention. Brands are willing to pay so much money. This is the only reason why Google and Facebook are the behemoths that they are, because companies need to pay to get people's attention. Advertising, baby. That's what we're talking about. It's hard to get people's attention, and he doesn't accept brand offers, so he has a point there.
I'm the poorest of them all. I got better things to do, but my mission is always above all else.
Respect, dude. Respect. And he wins on the point. I make 2 videos a week that are 2 minutes long. You're on there every day, live streaming. So it's clear like who's making money off of what. But that doesn't mean that they can't attack each other, is all I'm saying. Kevin doesn't deserve to be attacked because he's making money. Just like Chicken not making money off YouTube shields him from any criticism. There's no like wrapping yourself in like this cloth and saying I'm immune to being criticized, even if I attack you because I'm not making money off of it.
You're right. As soon as Chicken put himself on YouTube, he's already said, I agree to be attacked.
Attacked, yeah.
That's the agreement you have.
Basically.
Even we're getting attacked. 2,000 people... Who's attacking us? Why are you attacking us? I would assume that he's not used to this super confrontational...
Do you guys like the cuts they do in their vid? I want to get your opinion on it. They have so many cuts. Like, and I kind of like it because it makes it super fast and super efficient. But I know it takes Carlos a hell of a lot of time to edit. And my argument to him was like, bro, you don't need to edit that much. People will handle some uhs and some, but he's like, there's no uhs. Like, it's cut after cut after cut. Like, it's like super smooth.
American... like culture that pushes back immediately.
He's pretty confrontational.
That's in the video, but then as soon as he starts getting messages and other YouTubers start attacking, all of a sudden the strongman shield breaks apart and he can't take it. Like, as he said, he was mentally affected by this.
Kevin went and colored his hair and put a clown hat on.
Yeah.
and Chicken left YouTube. It affected them both psychologically, and we saw how Kevin handled it, and we saw how Chicken handled it.
You know, I would prefer to be in Kevin's spot because at the same time he still sold his courses, made 20 million, 30 million on YouTube. If he was just a YouTuber saying this is not financial advice, but then he has 16,000 courses for not cheap, by the way. Let's look at one. Where's the stock?
His courses are expensive, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's some money in there.
One. Oh, you saved $399 today when you joined today. So Freelancer Finance is signing up for Kevin's course. $574. There you go. Kev's Kitchen removes $400. It's $574.
So that means that the course is not $574. It's $973.
So imagine he has 2 million subs. I don't know, 1%, 20,000 times the 574, right? That's once again $11.5 million, assuming 20,000 people sign up. And this is the
Bruh. So that's 20,000 people sign up. He makes 11 million. Let's cut that in half. 10,000 people. He makes 5.5. Let's cut that in half again. You make 2.5, which means you get 5,000 people. It's a lot of money, man. It's a lot. I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's just, it's money. There's a lot there.
price discount. What if he was selling it for $1,000? You know, some people bought it for $1,000. I think this guy made $20 million or more just on YouTube courses. I don't even fault him for that. I just mean he is giving financial advice. My whole point in this is that he is actually a financial advisor here.
I see where you're going with this, but okay, this is a reaction video to what he said about chicken.
But we got to cover the whole thing.
But it's not a judgment of how he makes money. Like, based on what you're saying, Kathy Woods going on TV talking about Palantir, giving financial advice. People sign up for that, then that's on them. I don't think that because he's selling financial courses.
You were telling me just yesterday that Chicken, who's giving free advice, did not tell people that I'm doing this trade and you shouldn't be doing this trade. You said he was in the wrong. Yet this guy who's charging $1,000 a course with some discounts now is not in the wrong.
Because the difference is, and this is where I agree.
That's interesting. So Carlos doesn't think Kevin is wrong for charging the courses, but he does think Chicken is wrong for like basically advising people to do this risky trade.
With Joseph Carlson, when you have a video that says quit your job, you're showing people this easy trade that'll give you $100,000 in 2 seconds.
I could feel that video, that those titles can be a little misleading. I understand that. I can see that point.
Is, I think, preying upon some people that could be impressionable.
You're picking a weird side here.
But Vazali has a point. See, this is why I like these guys. When you're subscribing to a channel where there's 2 people or more, you're looking for banter. You're looking for not always agreement. You're looking for strategic disagreement, and you're putting on my again. I did communication for 10 years. I did debate. I know how communication works, and I know how group communication works because I coach a lot of debaters. You're really looking for an interesting dynamic for you to continuously listen to them. For all the people that think I'm being too technical, you're looking for people who can entertain you while you're listening to them. When it's 2 people, right? And I think these guys have it here because now Vitali's point is gonna be like, wait a second, you're picking and choosing when. He hasn't made this argument. I'm assuming he's making this argument. To think of someone as being impressionable, because a lot of the people in Meet Kevin's audience are probably impressionable and they would listen to Meet Kevin as well.
Considering that Meet Kevin literally said, sell everything, maybe not to everybody else. He did say, I'm selling everything. He has a lot of people who are following him. We know this.
I agree with you, and you're probably right. 10 or 1% of those people followed him into trades and they do what he does religiously. It seems like a lot of people in YouTube, or at least in the community, want someone to tell them what to do. Saying I'm selling everything, I'm scared, I don't know what's going to happen over the next few weeks, I'm out. It's different from telling people, quit your job, do this really risky trade. The title of that video could have been, How I Made $100,000 in 6 seconds.
Right.
That's the title for that video.
As opposed to quit your job. They want an answer. They want an answer what to do, what stock to buy, when to buy it, when to sell it, how much to put in, when to get out. They don't want to do the homework. We're so small, 2,000 subscribers, and we have people asking us, do I buy this stock? Are you crazy?
Still up to the...
That's true, bro. They have a small Discord, and they still have that stuff go down around, looking for advice. People are looking for advice anywhere. So if you have 1 million or 2 million people, I don't know how many thousands Kevin has in his Discord, there can be people looking for advice. Very, very true. Very, very true. Okay, I think we're done with these guys tonight because I also have to go to sleep. If you guys want to check it out more, Freelancer Finance, again, I recommend subscribing because I like these guys a lot. I've been saying this for the past couple of weeks now. I think these guys are good. Check them out. Meet Kevin versus Chicken Genius Beef. We're stopping at the 15-minute, 58-second mark. So 15 minutes, 58 seconds if you want to continue it on your own time. I think that's it for tonight. I've been live streaming for almost 2 hours. I got to catch some... I have to write a bunch of articles tonight before I go to sleep because I got to do some stuff. So the grind does not stop for me yet at 1 a.m. Probably at 2 a.m. I'm going to finish up some of these articles. And then, yeah, it was a fun night. Talked about a lot of stuff. Talked about my stories from this past week. Talked about some stocks. And talked about this YouTube stuff. I think the biggest rant I went on, I stay true to that point. Like, the YouTube finance community needs to stay together for us to be able to succeed. And like some of this stuff going on, it's just rough, man. Because at the end of the day, none of this stuff matters. Like, what matters is people growing together, not like this weird beef between two people around whether to sell or not sell. Like, it's not relevant. Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna get into a legitimate beef. But even Everything Money, like when I react to Everything Money, I don't have beef with these guys. It's just a different perspective. But you don't want to see them leave the platform. I don't want to see Everything Money stop making content because their content going into the finance space gives us more content and we bounce off of each other. And like, it's just free markets and capitalism and people creating content. And like, you don't want people to leave. You don't want people to just go away. Like, you just want ideas to happen. And the best ideas win and more ideas get more views. And I just don't think that people should leave and stuff. It's rough, man. Especially because Chicken's video is all about how social is getting toxic for him. And I get that. I think at some level you have to develop a really thick skin when you're on social. Now, I don't have 50,000 people giving me negative comments, so it's easy to say that right now. But it's just the nature of the game. And I guess, I hope he comes back. I hope there's more people here because like it should be a thriving space without us all trying to hurt each other. All right, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys tomorrow on some more videos. Thank you every day for tuning in and checking out my content. It means the world to me, to the 84 people that are here. Getting people's attention is very, very difficult. And the ability for 84 people right now to watch me at 12 a.m. in the morning, it means the world to me. It means a lot because it's very difficult to get people's attention. And the fact that you people care, it matters. And I have an obligation to continuously make you care, which means give valuable content and keep this thing going. Thank you guys so much. Hope you have a great night. Kill your dreams and kill your goals tomorrow. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.